knife sharpening. Now, we all want to make sure our knives are as sharp as they can be in the kitchen, so we're going to use tungsten steel. We're going to polish those blades, but how do we know if it's truly sharp? This wonderful knife sharpener by Sabatier, a French company, is going to help us do that.
Yes.
Chef Jeremy Parker has been doing knives for what? Is it 2-3 decades?
Yeah, since the late 90s.
Since the late 90s,
yes.
Let's say that. So this knife has gone through the sharpening, and we're getting green light. So what does that mean?
That means it is sharp. This is the first ever way to find out if your knife is sharp or if your knife is dull. See there? See, and this is my own chef's knife I brought from home. We actually sold this a while ago together.
And parts of it are sharp.
And you can see here as I drag it through, see how there's some parts that are sharp.
But the yellow parts are not.
And it will tell you, because you know, when you sharpen a knife, how do you know it's sharp? My dad used to trim the hairs off of his arm. Don't do that. Okay, so this way will tell you, you come here, I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, this is pretty close to being sharp. Finish it off here, your 2-stage sharpener, your tungsten and your ceramic. Always wipe the blade, get any of those residue off of there, and then come back here and look at that. Okay, one little piece, but you see that? Now it's almost fully sharp. You wanna finish it up, there's a couple bits on the end there. I can come here, finish this up again, wipe it off, and here we go. And this should be completely sharp. There it is.
That. Now it's all green. Green
right.
means go. Green means sharp. How many of you have knives in your drawer where knives go to die? Not because they're broken, not because they are not a good product, because they got dull.
Yeah.
And we keep telling ourselves, well, on my day off, I'll take them and have them sharpened at the knife store. How's that working out?
Yeah, right.
Has that happened yet? When you finally have a day off, do you find, I have trouble making it to the dry cleaner, much less the knife store, right?
Yeah.
So this is what's going to be great. Batteries are included.
Batteries come with it, right? And it has grips on the bottom, so it won't slide. And all you have to do is very simple, very cool, by the way. When you get this home, you'll probably do all your knives. You press the button turns the light on, and then all you do is just drag it through the slot right here, and you'll see. Now, this is kind of dull. This is my fillet knife. Red means dull. Yellow means medium, green means sharp. So see how...
Look at that, that's scientific.
It's the only one I've never seen. Sabatier goes back to 1810. The engineers there came up with a way to know when your knife is sharp. So this one was pretty dull. I'm gonna run this through a few times. Just remember, this is going to actually cut some of that steel off the blade and hone it. So I'm gonna wipe it clean.
And then we go back into the laser.
I'm gonna go back into the laser here, and look at that. That is now, right at the tip, There's a lid. Right there, see that little bit?
Okay, so that's the part we go back and sharpen.
Just go back and sharpen that little tip right there, finish it, wipe it, and one more time, all the way.
All the way through.
Green
means go.
Yep.
It hasn't been this easy or this precise in forever.
Yeah.
Now, this has been on one time before. Chef Jeremy, you and I had this on a Sunday, David.
Yes.
Right? And since that time, over half our quantity has already been ordered.
Okay.
Well over 2,000 of these are gone. Yes, that knife is now sharp enough to actually skin and fillet
a tomato. Okay.
A tomato.
Yes.
Now, I want you to first get your knife and put it through the laser. That's going to let you know what's sharp and what's not. And then you're going to sharpen as needed.
Yes.
Now, this one is sharp in some places.
Some places and dull in some places.
Others,
there. See
right?
there? Okay, so it's kind of in between. It's kind of yellow and like so. So again, this is a medium sharp knife. And some of your knives are extra dull.
And what is that sharpener made of?
This is tungsten steel, and this is ceramic here, a 2-stage sharpener. Now, it's at that standard 20-degree angle. You might even have, some people are stricklers for hand sharpening, sushi knives, things like that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you can still hand sharpen it, but come back here and test it and see if your blade is sharp. You always will have a razor sharp knife. Look at that. You always know when it's sharp.
Chef Jeremy, is this only for straight edge knives?
So straight, it won't do serrated knives. It's just for the straight edge.
Got it.
If you have prints like the Kunrakan knife we have here, as long as there's metal on the edge, the laser guides read
Yeah, this would not be for ceramic knives.
Yeah, not for ceramics, but see here, okay, so you can see that this is kind of yellow and green as I go through it. And again, so it will read coated knives, that's fine. Okay, just go a couple times here and there. And again, always wipe your blade off, and let me come back through here. And see there. Okay, again, see, it's still got
some areas that need some sharpening.
Areas right there, so I can come back here.
And you can go through and really give it a good sharpening as many times as you feel like you need to. And this will tell the story. You know, the laser doesn't tell lies, right?
There it is.
Maybe at the very beginning is where we needed a little bit more sharpening to that one, but you're going to know right away, depending on color. Now, before you sharpen anything, test it.
Sure. Test it first and see. Okay, see there? You can see how it's kind of yellow and red.
Mostly dull.
Mostly dull. And now I can take it, just go here, 1, 2, 3. I like to do about 5, and then about 1 or 2 passes in the ceramic, and that's just gonna hone it nice and fine.
Okay.
Always wipe your blade clean, and then come back here, and let me just drag this through, and look at that. That is green. And just to show you, by the way, so you know, that is let me just hold this up and show you that is a sharp
super
knife.
sharp.
I mean, that's a hard.
Let me tell you that
potato.
Batteries are included, so there's nothing for you to buy. All you do is pop the batteries in and get busy testing and then sharpening your knives. These are going very quickly. Sabatier is a French company. They've been in business over 100 years, is that right?
1810. In France, they started. Yes.
Wow.
And they're just right top of the line for anything cutlery, right? So okay, how about?
We got time for one more.
We got time for one more. Okay, let me see how this guy is. I haven't checked this earlier, but it should be okay. So this knife here is a little dull in the end right there. Okay, again, sharpen it here. You'll have so much fun. The only thing that you don't want to do is, again, shears. This is for knives, not for shears.
So this is just for straight edge knives.
Straight edge
serrated
knives.
or scissors.
Or scissors, right, or ceramics. First, your regular metal knife, and then go through here, and you'll know, there it is, a sharp knife. And just to make sure that it's sharp, here we go.
Ho!
Up, 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 up.
Come on, boys and girls.
Okay, there you go.
Everybody
Nice
look alive because Chef Jeremy has the knives. All right. Young man, it's a pleasure.
Thank you, David.
Always nice to have you back. And what a really, really sharp idea. All right, so be sure and stick around. Let's check in with Mr. Doss, who has some updates for us.
Oh, you bet. Coming up in about 10 minutes,